Hey, posing, drinking all the bottles of Patron. Drive these niggas crazy cause they know they can't control me. I hide the model body, super almighty, I'm shining. If you looking.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing this fall makeup look. It's very out of my element. Eyeshadow, dark lip, which I don't usually do, but I think I like it. Look cute or whatever. But yes, first of all, thank you guys for subscribing. I've reached my first milestone of 100 subscribers. Actually, I'm over 100. I think it's like 105 last time I checked, so we up there. But thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. I have more coming out. I just need y'all to keep sharing and supporting, so I'm definitely grateful. Next milestone gonna be 1,000. Like, we ain't even playing. But if you would like to see this look and learn how I did it, go ahead and watch this video. Okay, eyebrows done, edges laid. I'm about to go ahead and prime my face with this Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. I already moisturized my face with grapeseed oil. I've been trying to go the natural route, but yeah, I am just doing a little fall makeup look. I'm gonna try to throw in some eyeshadow. I don't normally do eyeshadow because it's hard, all that blending and stuff, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it today and just talk a little bit. I do have a topic I kind of want to talk about. I've been it's just been on my mind for a while, and it's just about turning 30. Whew, these 30s. But I am 30. Most of my friends are in their 30s. First of all, hold on. Let me prime my eyelids a little bit before I get into that. I'm gonna just use this LA Girl concealer. Actually, no. I'm gonna use this Fenty concealer to prime. Okay, so I did a little primer on my eyelids, and now I'm just gonna go. I'm using this the Matte Book palette by Super, and everything is matte, of course, that's why it's called the Matte Book. But I'm gonna just try to do like a little matte eye and a glossy lip. I think that'd be cute, but I'm gonna just go in with this one. I'm gonna go in with this one to start off with. But yeah, so like I was saying, I am currently 30. I turned 30 in February. I'm going in with this in my crease. How do y'all say February? Is it February or February? I've been saying February all my life. Living a lie. But yeah, I'm going in with this color in my crease. I'm just blending that out a little bit. But yeah, I turned 30 in February. And you know how you have all these plans for when you're 30, like when you're growing up, 30 just seems so far away. But it came quick as hell, like super quick. But you know how you have all these plans for when you turn 30 and what you think life should be or will be, and the shit just blows up because it don't come out how you planned. It's totally different, which is not a bad thing. I mean, it's definitely for the best. Life works out how it's supposed to, and not how you plan for it to all the time. But yeah, it's been an experience. It's different. And I know earlier this year I was talking to a couple of my friends because I had this idea in my mind to do like a 30 themed series on my channel, because a lot of my friends are turning 30 or in their 30s. So you know, people can relate, so that's been on my mind. But I talked to a couple of my friends about just like what are some life lessons you learned or are learning as you go through this journey of making it to a different point in your life. Because like when you hit your 30s, it's definitely a transition year. Like, not even just, oh, I'm getting older, I'm in a different decade. It's like shit is changing, things are changing, and life is transitioning as far as we know it. So I just asked a couple of my friends, like, what are some things that you're learning? What's some advice you would give to people who are on this path or turning 30 as well? So we had a conversation about that, and it was like really a good one. They gave me some insight on some things that I didn't even think about or realize. And look, this is not a tutorial because, like I said, I don't wear eyeshadow like that, so we gonna see how this come out. But I always start off with brown when I do my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this. It look a little more red on camera, but it's like a burgundy-ish color. But one of the first things that my friends and I discussed was just the pressure of turning 30. I know for me personally, it was like, damn, 30, like, it's a big deal. First of all, I feel like I gotta celebrate. I feel like I gotta go all out because it's a transition year. So I ended up going to Tulum, Mexico, and I loved it. Like, it was so enjoyable. It was definitely needed at that point in my life, and I enjoyed it much. But just the pressure of turning 30, as far as thinking you have to have everything together. So I know for myself, I had big plans for, like, when I was younger in my 20s, I had big plans of where I should be in my 30s. And child, that ain't what it is. And it's totally okay. It's totally fine. Like, that's just what it is. But yeah. So we talked about one thing, not being married. I know earlier on I was like, "Ooh, by the time I'm 30, I need to be married, have kids, have a house," and like none of that has happened yet. But it is definitely okay to still be in the planning stage. Like, a lot of people, we think that 30 is like, I need to have my shit together. Like, everything has to be done. Like, I'm 30, like, but that is not the case. I think I saw some on Instagram or Facebook where people were like, when you turn 30, like, 30 is definitely your new 20s. It's a time for you to coming into your own. It's like you've learned so many lessons in your 20s, and it's like now you know what you expect, how your grind should be, like where you going with it. It's definitely a learning experience. So yeah, we talked about that. We also talked about, like, with the whole being a homeowner thing, and some people are, and some people have done it by their 30s, hell, even their early 20s. And but for me, I was not. I was out here living life. But you definitely do not have to be at a place where you, as soon as I turn 30, I'm about to buy a house. Like, that's not, everybody not there. And some people are, but you can't think that you're falling behind just because you are not. So it's definitely okay. Like I was saying, in my 20s, like, in order to buy a house, you definitely have to be saving and stacking and all that stuff. So if you're not there yet, that's okay. It's okay. And that's something that I'm learning as well. Like, now I'm in the place where I'm like, yeah, I can do it now. And but just as soon as I turn 30, should I have that all right then and there? Nah. And that's cool. And I said I don't use eyeshadow, but I'm trying to go all out. I'm gonna do a little purple in the corner. Child, we're gonna see how this turn out. Same brush, because it's all gonna blend together. But yeah, another thing we talked about is starting over. And that sounds like a little like, you want me in your 30s starting over with what? But as far as relationships, goals, careers, another thing, like, when you're in your 20s, you're thinking, okay, when I'm 30, I'm gonna be set. Like, I'm gonna be on my career path. Like, everything gonna be worked out, basically. And it's definitely okay to start over. And if you want a new career, or you find that this career path that you chose and you've been working on in your 20s is not for you, you went to school for it, it's okay to start over. Like, we are not our parents, to where, our parents, they made it work. Like, it's not a bad thing. They made it work. They retired from jobs they probably was stressed and worried about all the time. And I feel like we're in an age Like our age group, we good for starting over with something. Like we will start a business in a minute. It don't work out. Oh well, I'm about to do a different one. Definitely okay to start a new business or to start a new career path. 30 is not that old, and I have to tell myself that too, because I'm like, or hell, 30 not old at all. I have to tell myself that too, because I'm like, dang, even with YouTube, I was like, dang, this is something I could have started in my 20s and I would have been good. I would have been like further along. And it's like, that's not your path. That's not your path. It wasn't for me to start in my 20s. That's why it didn't happen, and I'm starting now. And I can definitely learn more from it than I think I would have back then, and I can invest in it, and I can enjoy it. I can appreciate it more now. That's what I want to say. I can appreciate it more. So yeah, it's things that we could have started earlier on, but it just wasn't my season to do that. Like now is. So I can appreciate that, and I can understand why people would feel like, oh, I should be further along than I am now, but that's not always the case. And that is okay. Okay? Y'all, I don't know. I feel like a vampire. Hold on. I'm going in with another brown, and I'm going to blend this out because I don't want like no cut, crease, or anything. I just want everything to blend. Ooh, it's blown out a little more than I thought it would be, but that's okay. Every time I try and do something, so this is why eyeshadow is tough for me, because I be trying to do like, oh, cute little basic eyeshadow look, and it be like extra, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna come back to the eye again and hit like the under part after I'm done with everything else. But I'm gonna just use my Fenty foundation. Someone told me, a friend told me to use the try out the NARS. Excuse me, I think NARS has a new foundation, so I need to go get that. But I think it's only in Sephora, and it's not like a individual Sephora in my area. I think I would have to go into a mall, and I haven't been into a mall in months, like since before COVID and all that. So maybe I should just go ahead and order it. But I don't know my color, so I don't want to just order without knowing my color, just picking out anything. I do have another NARS foundation, but the color was kind of off. Like I have to do too much with it, so I don't want to order that color again. So I may just have to go to the mall one day, thug it out, and go ahead and get it, because I really want to try it. She raved about it. But yeah, I'm just using my Fenty. One thing I can't do anymore is wear a scarf when I do my foundation, because I always forget to lift it up, and then I had that line to where it's like where my I don't know what I'm trying to say. Shut up, cat. Do your foundation, quit talking. Try not to get none in my baby hair. Spend too much time on this. Recently, this foundation has been making me look real dewy, and I love it. Like, I'm tired of the matte look. Like, I like it sometimes, but I be wanting to just look like my skin to look like skin, even though I have on foundation. I just want it to look real skin-like. Okay, now I'm using my LA Girl in Warm Honey. I always use this as like my base for my concealers. I don't know, I just love this concealer, how it blends, the color, all that. Okay, I'm blending out that LA Girl, and then I'm just gonna go back and go in with the Fenty. Alright, so I'm using a Fenty just to highlight it a little bit more. Y'all don't know if my techniques be right. It work for me. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Sasha Buttercup and set where I put that concealer. But yeah, another thing that my friends and I discussed was traveling. Like, this is the time to travel. I know with COVID and everything, we definitely haven't gotten the chance to travel as much as we would like to, but we still you think we ain't planning? You can travel at any point in your life, 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever. Before kids, with your kids, when your kids leave. Vacations, self-cations, friend vacations, all that. But yeah, it's definitely important to travel and view the world, see different things, see things other than where you grew up. I know we can definitely get complacent and comfortable in where you are, but it's definitely important to get out of that, move around, see other stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bake for a little bit. I never do that, but I'm gonna bake for a little bit just to see how it turns out, and I'm gonna contour a little bit as well, so I speed this up.
Ryan Little.
Gotta chisel them cheekbones and the jawline. Snatched. Okay, I'm gonna blend all this out with my MAC Skin Finish, my MAC Dark Mineralized Skin Finish. I use the same products all the time. I'm gonna just blend all this out, blend out any of these harsh lines that I left behind. But yeah, another thing I know I feel like is being in your 30s. I think J. Cole said this in that Middle Child song. Like, you don't relate to the young people. You definitely can't relate to the old heads. So it's different. I think that's just millennials, period. Like, child, we in our own zone, we in our own lane. We a different breed. Okay, I'm gonna hit my lower lash line with that purple color that I used on my lid earlier, just to add a little more. Okay, now I'm gonna use a blush. This is the only fall-ish color. It ain't even that fall-ish, but this is the only fall-ish color I have. Okay, I'm gonna spray this down. With my MAC Fix Plus. Ooh, glossy. This is my favorite thing to use because it cuts out that matte, that super dry matte look, and brings that dewy finish back. While that's drying, I'm gonna use this Patrick Star Baby It's Gold Outside Skin Finish. I'm gonna use it as a highlight bronzer. Last but not least, we definitely talked about how social media, not letting social media get to you. I know that's in any age range, but definitely when you see when you trying to figure things out, trying to figure out life, trying to figure out what's your next move, and you see all these people traveling, families, like, it just look like everything glitter and gold. But I mean, of course people don't show you their whole lives, so you can only take that with a grain of salt and move how you need to move in order for you to get to that spot if that's what you want to do. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go plop some lashes on and I'll be right back. Okay, I put my lashes on and I added a little mascara. So I think I'm gonna try this dark lip. It's by Wet n Wild, I believe. Yeah, and it's called Video Vixen. So I never do dark lips because I always feel like dark lips make me look old. Go figure. But we're gonna try it out today. Okay, so here is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any tips for us millennials, the people who are turning 30, tips, advice, drop it down in the comment section below. I know I like to read it. I'm sure other people would. Please don't forget to subscribe. Turn on your notification bell for when I have new uploads. I'm going to have another upload coming soon after this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.